Good morning and welcome to this short and sweet morning yoga practice. You can come to this practice whenever you're short on time, but you've woken up feeling a little stiff and would like to relieve some tension in the body. You won't need any special props, maybe just a cup of tea if you have one, and then we'll just get into the flow. So we'll begin today's class in a wide-legged child's pose. So coming to sit onto the heels towards the back of the mat, bring the big toes to touch and the knees out as wide as it feels comfortable. And we'll just take a moment here to ground onto the mat, into this space, and start to arrive into our practice. So you can rest the hands gently on the legs, palms facing downwards for a sense of grounding. Closing down your eyes and taking a deep breath in. Long breath out. I'm just taking another couple of deep and mindful breaths here. Really feeling that you're filling the chest and lungs. Good, and then blinking the eyes open, starting to walk the hands out in front of you, stretching the fingertips towards the top of the mat and letting the forehead come down to rest onto your mat. You might want to shift side to side a couple times just to ease into the hips here. It can also be nice to let the head roll side to side, giving the forehead a little massage against the ground. Adjusting the width of the knees if necessary, making sure you're very comfortable here in this first asana of the practice. And then as you arrive here in stillness, taking a deep breath in, filling the back body with air. Exhaling. Let the shoulders soften, the chest melt down towards the ground. And taking another deep breath, this time into the belly, feeling the belly swelling. Breathing out, feeling the belly relax back towards the spine. Taking one last full breath here, breathing into the hips, the lower back, feeling this area expand. And breathing out, feeling the hips relax back and down. Good, and then looking between the fingertips, coming up onto the fingertips, breathing in. As you breathe out, reach the hands over to the left side as far as you can, and then letting the forehead come back down. Starting to open up through the right side body. 3 deep breaths there. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, feeling the right ribs expanding. Breathing out, relaxing. One last breath in, feel the right waist stretching, opening. Breathing out, relaxing. Coming back up onto fingertips, look between the hands, breathing in. Breathing out, hands come back through the center. And then letting the forehead come to rest back down. Taking a breath in here in the center. And then breathing in, coming up onto fingertips. Breathing out, coming to the right side, stretching and opening the left side body. Forehead comes down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, feeling the left ribs expand. Breathing out, feel them contract. One last breath, breathing into the left side waist, feeling it opening. Breathing out, feel it relaxing. And coming back up onto fingertips, breathing in. As you breathe out, come back through center, letting everything come back down to the ground. One breath here. And then on your next inhale, press into the hands, start to round through the spine. Lift yourself up through a tabletop position, so the shoulders are coming over your wrists now. And then let the belly drop down, arch the spine as you breathe out. Hips come back to the heels. Breathing in, rounding the spine, coming forwards, nice and slow. Breathing out, hips to the heels, opening through the chest. And we'll do one more of those spinal waves, starting to bring a bit of flexion into the spine. Breathing in, coming all the way forwards, shoulders over the wrists, and then having a little bend into your elbows. Just let the hips relax down very gently. Just be careful you're not dumping into your lower back. So you're engaging the core. And then really press the floor away from you with the hands, lift up through the chest, and have a big stretch for the front body. Breathing in. And breathing out. Bend the elbows, softly lower the front body down to the ground. Forehead comes to the mat. Slide the hands either side of the chest, elbows are bent and hugging to the body. Press the toes down as you inhale, finding our first gentle back bend, coming into a baby cobra, lifting the chest, exhaling, coming down. 2 more times like that, breathing in, shoulders come away from the ears, breathing out, coming down. One last time, breathing in, and breathing out. Pressing into the hands, breathing in. As you breathe out, coming back through a tabletop position, let the hips find the heels, child pose. And just take a moment of stillness here, maybe again rocking yourself side to side. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. Then breathing in, coming up, finding a tabletop position, bringing the shoulders over the wrists, the knees underneath the hips, and spread the fingers out nice and wide. Having a little bend again in the elbows. As you breathe in, start to drop the belly down, lift the tailbone and lift the chest, finding a cow spine. As you breathe out, tucking the tailbone under, rounding the spine, really press the floor away from you with your hands. A couple more like that, breathing in, arching the spine, opening the front body. Breathing out, rounding the spine, opening the back body. It's like you're trying to spread the shoulder blades apart. 2 more times, moving mindfully with your breath. Returning back to a neutral position. And then inhaling, lifting the right arm up and open to the sky. As you exhale, threading the right arm under and through. Inhaling, opening again. Exhale, threading under and through, reaching the right fingertips away. One final time, breathing in. And breathing out, coming all the way down now into a thread the needle twist. Let the right shoulder come down, rest the right hand down. You can keep the left hand as it is, or you can stretch it out to the top of your mat. This is one option, and then the final option would be to wrap that left arm around to the lower back, or even tucking it into the inner right thigh. So taking your variation of this twist and staying for another couple of breaths. Really breathing space into all the areas of the body that need it. One more breath. Good, and then releasing that left hand if you have it in the bind, pressing yourself up. Inhale to reach the right arm up. Exhaling, bringing the right hand down. One cat-cow, neutralizing the spine. And then other side, breathing in, left arm reaches up. Exhale, threading it under and through. Get a real nice rotation for the upper spine. Breathing in. Breathing out. One last time, breathing in, opening. And breathing out, coming down, landing in your twist. And finding whichever variation feels good for you on this side. If you've got the right arm wrapped behind you, then really see if you can use the bind to open up through the right chest and shoulder. Taking one more deep breath here. And releasing the right hand back down to the ground. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhaling, both hands to the ground. We're in tabletop again. Inhale to arch the spine. Exhale to round the spine. Inhale, finding a neutral position. Walk the hands a little bit further out and tuck the toes. Bring the hips back to the heels, giving your toes a nice stretch. Inhale, coming forwards. Exhale, hips back to the heels, and this time start to lift the knees up all the way into our first downward facing dog. So you can bring the feet out a little wider than the hips and start to bend one knee and the other, stretching out through the backs of the legs, saying good morning to your hamstrings. And then finding some stillness here. You can soften at the knees, lift the heels. If this means you can really lengthen through the spine and point the tailbone up to the sky. You're pressing equally through both hands, and the neck, the head are relaxed. Taking a breath in and out. One more. Good. Starting to walk the hands now all the way back towards your feet. So the heels land down, you're grounded through all four corners of both feet. Coming to a forward fold at the back of your mat. And then when you arrive there, taking a breath in, lengthen the legs, lengthen the spine, looking up halfway. Exhaling, folding over the legs. Breathing in, rising halfway. Breathing out. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out. Let the knees bend. You can hold on to opposite elbows and sway yourself side to side. Really let the upper body be very heavy and loose here. You might invite a gentle bounce, maybe even shake the head, releasing any tension that you've woken up with. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and letting it out the mouth. And then releasing the hands, coming onto fingertips. Bringing the left fingertips in front of you, so it's kind of the top of a triangle between the 2 feet. Bending the left knee, straightening through this right leg, and then inhale, reaching the right arm up, coming into a twist. And see if you can keep your hips level, so maybe place a hand there, level out the hips, and just rotating through the spine. Taking one more breath in. And as you breathe out, releasing both hands down. Inhale, rising up halfway through the center. Exhale, releasing down, right fingertips to the center. Inhaling, opening to the left side. You can bend the right knee if that allows you to get deeper into the twist. Still respecting that it might be early morning for you, so you don't need to go into your deepest twist. Just get a nice sensation of stretch for the spine and for the left leg. One more breath in and breathing out, coming back down. Inhaling through the center and exhale, walking yourself back into downward facing dog. Taking a breath in, lifting the right leg up behind you. As you breathe out, opening the hip, bending the knee, pointing it to the sky. One more breath here. Re-lengthening that right leg, inhale. Exhaling, bring the right knee all the way to the chest and step the right foot through. Lower down through the left knee, untuck the toes. Coming up onto fingertips, breathing in. As you breathe out, walk the fingers back and bring the hips back towards that back heel, lengthening through the front leg. We'll do that little flow 2 more times. Inhale, coming into this low lunge, lift the chest away from the thigh. Exhaling, half splits. See if you can curl the right toes towards you. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale to come all the way forwards, grounding down through the right toes and releasing the hands up above the head, finding a low lunge. Exhaling, see if you can sink a little deeper into your hips. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and breathe. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more breath in. Lift the chest up. As you breathe out, hands come back behind you, interlock the fingers. Inhale to lift up through the chest. Exhale, allow the shoulders to be drawn back and down. Keep the heart lifted. One more breath. Good, and then releasing the bind, breathing in, hands rise. Breathing out, hands come down to frame the front foot. And then tucking the back toes, lifting the left knee. Inhale, lifting the right arm, finding a twist to the right side. Keeping that right knee bended over the ankle. One more inhale. And exhaling. Circle the right hand down to the ground, stepping back this time into a high plank. Stretching both legs. Inhaling, bring the shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin down towards the ground. Release the toes. Inhale, sliding up for your cobra, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, coming back and up into downward facing dog. Taking a moment just to realign yourself here. And then breathing in, lifting the left leg up. Exhale, open the hip. Breathing space there into that left hip. And then stretch the left leg back behind you, breathing in. Breathing out, left knee comes all the way to the chest and stepping that left foot through. Lower through the right knee, untuck the toes. Come onto fingertips, breathing in, lift the chest and stretching through this right hip flexor. Exhaling, half splits, balancing on the left heel. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in to come forwards. Bending the left knee over the ankle and release the hands up, finding your low lunge. Exhaling to soften the shoulders and the hips. Breathing in. Breathe space into the front body. Breathing out. One more breath in. And breathing out. Hands come behind you, interlock with the opposite thumb on top this time. Inhale to lift up through the chest. Exhale, draw the hands down past the hips. Real nice opening for the chest and the shoulders. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Releasing the hands. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, easy twist to the left side, right knee lifts and the left arm opens. Exhaling, stay in your twist. One more inhale. And exhale, circle the left hand down to the mat, stepping back into your high plank pose. Inhale, bring the shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, hovering the body above the ground. Inhale for your back bend, cobra or upward dog, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, and then walking the feet just a couple of steps towards the center, and then walking the hands back to meet the feet. So in this forward fold again, but this time opening the feet out, pointing the toes out to the sides, heels pointing inwards. Breathing in to lengthen through the spine and legs. As you breathe out, coming down and sinking into your yogi squat. Bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra at the center of your chest. And you can use your elbows to press into the inner knees to give the hips a little bit more opening. Taking a breath in to really lengthen through the spine. Breathing out, soften any clenching around the hips, around the lower back. Breathing in to lift the chest. Breathing out. Taking one more breath here. And then releasing yourself down onto your mat. Bring the feet together, the knees out to the sides. Hold onto the feet. You can press the thumbs into the center of your feet and then inhale, lift up through the crown of the head, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, starting to move the chest forward, you can keep the spine long and lengthened, or you can choose to round the spine as well. Again, using the elbows to press gently into the inner knees. And starting to consciously slow the breath down even more as we start to slow down the practice. As you're breathing in deeply, imagining that you're drawing the breath into the lower back, the hips, all the way up the spine. As you breathe out, let the upper body sink a little deeper down towards the feet. One more breath. Good, and then pressing the hands into the feet to lift yourself back up. Closing the knees with the hands and step the feet out as wide as your mat. Leaning back onto the hands and let the knees rest together in the center. Allowing the lower back and the hips to reset. And then starting to sway the knees side to side. You can do this with the breath, breathing in through center, breathing out, coming to the side. And then coming up through the center again, step the feet together, coming up to sit, supporting yourself with your hands, starting to stretch the legs out long, and then bringing yourself all the way down to the mat. Bringing the left knee in towards your chest, hugging it really close up to the left armpit, maybe even rocking it side to side. And then eventually drawing the left knee over to the right side, coming into a twist for your spine. The left hand can release out to the left side and just looking wherever it feels comfortable for your neck. Enjoying this twist for one more breath. And then coming back through center. Squeezing the left knee one last time. And then releasing and switching sides. Bringing the right knee into the chest, breathing in. As you breathe out, twisting to the left side, rolling onto that left hip, Maybe even shifting it away from you a bit to create more space to twist. You can keep that left hand onto the outside of the right knee to keep it grounded, if that's helpful. Deep breaths into the belly, releasing your spine. One more breath. When you're ready, coming back through the center, bringing both knees into your chest, wrapping the arms around the legs, maybe giving yourself a gentle rock side to side. Reaching for the outer edges of the feet with the hands, lifting the feet upwards and bringing the knees down into the armpits for one final hip opening pose, happy baby. See if you can ground the lower back into your mat, rocking side to side as you give it a nice massage against the ground. And then releasing the feet, letting the legs stretch out long. And closing your eyes, taking a very deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Sigh, let it go. 2 more times like that, breathing in. Breathing out. One last time, your deepest breath yet today. Holding at the top. And exhale to release. Releasing the jaw, the back of the neck, the shoulders. Letting the whole body become heavy and weighted as you allow yourself these last few moments of relaxation and integration. Starting to become aware of your breathing again. And feeling the sensations on the body. When you're ready, you can start to move the fingers and the toes. Bringing the hands over your head for a big wake-up stretch. Stretching yourself from your fingers to your toes as if you're waking up for the first time today. And this is the start of the rest of your day. Breathing in that new energy. And then bringing the knees up into the chest. Giving yourself a nice hug here. Thanking yourself for showing up for your practice today. For starting your day in a mindful way. You can let yourself roll over onto one side, resting your head in one hand and wrapping the other arm around you. And you might ask yourself here if there's anything you would like to bring with you from your practice into the rest of your day. whether it's a feeling or intention, a thought, sensation. Taking your time to slowly come up and find a comfortable seated position. Resting the hands lightly on the legs. And you might choose this time to have the palms facing upwards in a more receptive gesture, open to receiving whatever new opportunities arise today. I'm just taking a moment here to notice how you feel in your body, mind, in your energy. And taking a deep breath in, lifting the hands up above the head. As you breathe out, bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra and resting them at the center of the forehead, inviting clarity into your thoughts today. Bringing the hands down to rest over your lips, inviting kindness into your speech today. And finally, bringing the hands down to rest at the chest, connecting with your heart space, and inviting a sense of gratitude into your heart today. Gratitude for another new day. And when you're ready, you can slowly open the eyes, come back to your space. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed this short but sweet yoga practice. I hope you're feeling stretched out and ready to start your day. Please let me know in the comments below how you felt after this practice, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.